Alright, so we are testing a new camera today. This is the test of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I've been playing with it for a week or so now, but it's also been really crappy weather. So this is decided that Chester and I are trying to figure out how to use the gimbal on this thing. There's Chester, I think. He's down there. Decided to get out. It's about 50 degrees today. It's just a beautiful day. He's been anxious to get out and go for a walk all day, so here we are. We're just out at Smithville Lake. Let's see if I can. So yeah, I'm learning a lot on this thing. It's going to be a steep learning curve, but I'm very excited. So this is just going to be kind of a bonus episode. We're just at a real simple little trail that we hike all the time. It's just a little walking trail out here at Smithville Lake. It's just a little gravel trail. We like it in the wintertime because it doesn't get very muddy, even when there's melting snow and ice and stuff. It's a nice gravel trail and stays clean, and we don't have to get all muddy, and we get to see the lake, and a lot of times there's eagles and things like that, so a lot of waterfowl recently. So we're going to walk down by the water here and let Chester have a little fun. Thanks for coming along and checking this one out. Like I said, there's not going to be anything of any too much excitement unless we come across something. Really, I just want to test out some of the modes of the camera. This is 4K, which is all the other videos I have on my channel are all in 1080p, which is pretty nice. 1080p is a good resolution, but this is being filmed in 4K, so I'm very excited to get some 4K footage and see how much more clear it is, and the colors and all that. Okay, now I think I have my microphone on. Before, I thought I had my wireless mic turned on, but alas, it was not turned on, and now it is. Okay, we're learning. The gimbal was not wanting to turn very quickly. When I would turn it, the gimbal would stay in one position. Now I need it to turn a little more quickly when I turn, so that it stays looking where I'm looking. It's all part of the learning process. What do you think, Chester? Chester thinks it's cold, but the ice is starting to melt, so it's not as cold as it was. It's actually a pretty nice day today. Like I said, it's about 50 degrees, so it's not too awful cold today anyway. There are several settings on the gimbal that moves the camera head around that I need to figure out how I want it to work correctly, or which way I want it to work. You can set it to work in the way that you want it to work. Either it moves quickly or slowly, or you could use the joystick to move it around. And I'm just trying to figure out how I want it to move for my purposes. I'm hoping its sound is a lot better on this thing too than it was on the GoPro. The sound quality on the GoPro was honestly very horrible. At the very beginning of this video, I did not have the Chester's just sniffing around. I have to stop for him so he can sniff. I did not have the wireless mic turned on properly. It wasn't turned on and connected like I thought it was. So the sound at the very beginning was the on-camera microphones. Here's the Litton Center. If you've never been here before. Come on, Chet. I think that's enough sniffing for now, don't you? Okay, I've made another change to the gimbal movements. Now I've got it on follow versus default. I'm hoping that works a little better to point where I want it to point. I want to point down, I want to point up. I don't have to use the joystick to go down and up. The default mode I had it in earlier, the gimbal would not tilt up or down when I moved the camera up or down. It was locked on the horizontal line. Now I've got it in follow mode, meaning the gimbal will follow my hand movements. Whichever way I move the camera, the gimbal follows. And if you don't know much about cameras, I'm not an expert or anything, but the reason for the gimbal is to smooth out the motions. So I'm moving my hand right and left pretty vigorously. I mean, if I was just using my old GoPro and going right and left like this and up and down, it would be kind of abrupt, and on the screen it might be not real pleasing to the eye to watch a video where it's jerky right and left. The gimbal smooths all that out. So even though I'm moving it right and left, the gimbal is kind of delaying that a little bit and smoothing the action out. It also should kind of smooth out some of the up and down in my stepping. As I step and my body's going up and down, the gimbal should kind of smooth that out too, so there's not so much of the up and down motion. Hopefully making my videos more pleasing to the eye. Let's see who's texting me. Well, my wife just sent me a picture of some Kentucky bourbon. She's in Louisville right now. Oh yeah, sure. It's a $900 bottle of bourbon. Do you think she really bought that for me? I got a feeling maybe she is joking with me. Let's do some focusing in also. This has a little bit of a zoom feature to it, so that's not a lot of zoom, but that's a 2x zoom right there. From the 1x being normal. So this is a 2x zoom. And Chet's found a nice spot to roll around and get a good scratch on his back. Feel good? Feels good to get a back scratch, doesn't it? And then we'll zoom back out. Just a real simple, easy 1x to 2x zoom available. Okay, so now I am operating remotely on my phone, and I am experimenting with a setting called Follow Me. So the system will follow me as I walk. Walking out in the grass to see how far the gimbal will go, and that's as far as the gimbal will go. Oh no, the gimbal has turned all the way around, and I have walked completely in a 360-degree circle, and it kept track of me the whole way. That is cool. And I can put there's a little X there. I can tap the X and now it quit tracking me because I hit the little X. So now I can control the gimbal from my phone, and it's a little sensitive. It's a little bit sensitive tracking myself with the gimbal on my phone. There's a little joystick thing. So it's not, oh, here comes Chester again. He's confused. He doesn't know why I keep walking back and forth and back and forth. But okay. Well, this was fun. And I can stop and start recording from my phone. So I'm gonna stop recording here, pick it up, and head on back. So one of the other things it has is face track. So I am moving the camera around as I have it in selfie mode, and I'm twisting it right and left, up and down, and it is keeping my face in the center of the frame, which is very cool. I played with this a few weeks back, and last week, whatever, not that long ago, but I noticed that I was shooting straight at my nose. So I had it at too low of an angle when I was looking back at it on editing. And I'm like, oh man, people are looking straight up my nose. So that's another reason I'm doing this, is to practice my hand holding, because it doesn't have a very long selfie. I may have to get a longer selfie stick holder, tripod thing, to hold it higher, so you're not looking straight up my nose. But hopefully I've got it high enough where you're not looking straight up my nose right now. And I'm just moving it around and testing the facial tracking part of it. So that's about it. So there's the lake. Can you see the lake in the background? Cool. All right. We'll see what else we need to test on the way back. Oh, there's an eagle. Zooming in. I know you can't see him. I can't see him on this little screen, but there is an eagle right there, and I'm zoomed in as far as I can, but I will focus in closer. So I'm trying to keep him right in the center of the screen, so when I edit it, I can pull him in. There's some trees kind of blocking the way right now, but as I get up here a little bit further, oh, there he goes. Hopefully I caught that. There he's flying. I'm trying to keep him right in the center of the screen. He's flying low over the water, heading off that way, and there he's gone. So one more setting that's pretty cool, that I'll demonstrate here real quickly, because we're almost back to the car. This has a flip screen on the back, and right now it's flipped to horizontal mode, which is how we film for YouTube, like a television screen, you know, more horizontal than vertical. But a real quick flip of the screen. Okay, so now we're filming in vertical mode, and it only took like 2 seconds to flip it and push the record button. The only real problem, not a problem really, but you cannot film 4K in vertical mode. It will only film, it's actually in 3K, it says here. So 3K is still better than 1080, I think. I don't know my numbers too well, but this will be what would be if I was to film a Instagram or a TikTok or something like that for a short form video, would be in this mode. So fun stuff. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching today, guys. This was just a fun little video. Hope it didn't annoy you too much, but it was just kind of experiment. Have a good day. Bye-bye.